Yeah.
Alrighty. I wonder if anyone can remember where we were last time.
If I remember correctly, last we left off probably during really the rating rating party celebration. Even after trying to dissuade them from doing so, Fila and Brutus decided to have a go at each other.
Be big dumps.
Yeah. And that resulted in a fight that got more people involved than should have been involved, specifically Katasha. Before anyone could fix it and like get them to calm down, Katasha had too much and decided to bamf away, leaving a mess. And now we have no idea where she is. And Fila and Brutus are, I hope, sorry for what they did.
Well, they're currently grappled. They can't really feel much at the moment.
That's true. Like I currently have them both in a chokehold. And there also was a cloak that was seemingly amplifying everyone's emotions. Mako wasn't super involved with that, so yeah, I think is that everything?
Yeah, you got the magic cloak that was going haywire and causing some emotions to spike. It seems like all magic in the area was pretty amplified as we go into this, because this shockwave from Kitasha's attack did a lot more damage than it normally. As it took out a large majority of the wooden pillars that were holding up the tents and such. As chaos ensues as people are trying to figure out what just happened and trying to make sure if anyone is hurt. Kitasha has vanished. Anna, you no longer have Kitasha as your playable character. And as we fade in, as Fila is now possessed by Anna as her current playable character for this session.
Assuming control.
She is assuming control of this form. But yes, a substantial amount of damage has been caused by the shockwave. In fact, you kind of feel it tremor through the island. And you can hear distantly what sounds like maybe some form of rock slide or something. It doesn't seem to be coming towards you. It seems quite distant. But as you look on and as this magic fizzles out, it seems that both Joe's tinkering with the item has caused the magic to cease. And it seems like with the removal of Kitasha from the area, the magic has subsided. And Brutus and Fila seem to blink back to themselves in this chokehold, and they stop struggling against you as they look in horror towards where Kitasha stood.
Yep. Fila will look horrified, but will very slowly tap Mako's arm twice.
Are you done?
No.
But I'm not letting go.
All right. And Fila will try and break the grapple.
I think Brutus will. I'm quite done.
All right. Yeah, I think Mako will lax a little bit if they're not if they seem more in themselves, more aware of themselves. I'll relax and let them both go.
Fila will turn to them. Has she done that before?
Not really.
So much.
I mean, she's done smaller things before.
Are you referring to damaging her friends by accident, or are you referring to teleporting?
She's hurt you two before?
Well, you know, when we're standing next to an enemy, it's not like it's intentional, but it's we're collateral. We're
yeah,
that
things happen. I mean, in the heat of combat, but it's never intentional, and she apologizes every time. Usually,
that doesn't sound like her.
Well, you haven't been in a fight with her before until now. You just have been in a fight, which was awkward.
I apologize for the awkwardness, and no, I did not even know she was a caster.
Oh.
Even Brutus looks at Fila with what?
Maybe that's a new thing for the last few. I'm not sure how long she's been a mage. Real quick before we deal with anything else that's pressing right now. I've been noticing magic effects becoming stronger than initially anticipated. I'm a little concerned. Do you think it's worth me trying to cast a spell as a test, like a fairly low level spell, just to see if all spells are amplified, or if this is something unique to her?
That's definitely worth a look see.
All right. I'm just gonna attempt. I know what this spell looks like and what it should do. I'm gonna attempt the spell catapult, Mikayla. So I'm gonna pick up a loose
At
rock.
who?
And not at somebody. I'm just gonna hurl it into the ocean, like skipping a stone, basically. I know I know the range of the spell. I know how far I'd expect the object to go, around like 90 feet, according to the spell. So I just want to see if that gets amplified. So yeah, I'm just gonna hurl a loose rock with like telekinesis. Does it work?
How does it work? How does it look?
It's almost like it is very minimal hand gestures for this spell, rather than coming from like a gadget. This is Joe's actual like very small connection to whatever magic that he's got innately, and so yeah, he basically calls upon like a bit of telekinesis and just does a very subtle like sort of flick of his hand and sends the rock out seaward.
Yeah, and it goes as far as it should.
All right, well that's
In
one.
fact,
Sorry, go.
Joe, if you try to focus in, even without anything like detect magic, you can feel the difference in the air.
Huh.
Most of the residual is gone. And as Brutus has now rolled a 20, in his investigation check, he will call all of your attention. Now, as interesting as what in the world just happened is, I think it's probably best if we try to figure out where Kitasha went. And judging by the electricity that is still ricocheting through the air towards the crypt, I think that might be our best bet.
Yeah. All right.
Yes. We've narrowed down one hypothesis, that it is potentially more of a Kitasha situation rather than magic itself, which is good. I think. Let's
It's at least a little more controllable. Yeah.
perhaps yes. So let's get to her. There was definitely something messing with our emotions. Both of you, addressing to Brutus and Fila, were probably out of line, but also emotions run hot, especially when they're being literally affected by magic. So let's find Kitasha and talk this out. And no fighting, just between you two, no fighting. I'm forbidding it. It's done.
Fila will stoically squint and nod.
Brutus
First,
looks so guilty and just is not making eye contact with anyone. This very tall, imposing man, who really should, be more intimidating, just looks like a kicked puppy.
looks like he could kill you as a cinnamon roll.
Joe says to Mako under his breath, "I'm really glad I didn't have to put on my dad voice there. I was worried I'd have to really lay down some law, but they seem to be behaving themselves, so that's good."
Yeah. That's I don't know. I'm prepared to chokehold them again, but I don't want to. Like they seem to have come to their senses.
Yeah, I think there was definitely something up with that magic. Let's find Kitasha before anything else goes weird.
Before we get on that, is the cloak still there, or is that like secured now and Lark is it gone?
I know Joe had like somewhat like deactivated it, or like tried to reduce whatever effects was going, because I think I rolled like a pretty high check like previous session, but I
think you rolled a nat 20 or pretty close to it. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess like we're taking that with us, right? Because like I don't think it should just be like out and about.
You want to take it to Kitasha?
I guess that's fair. I don't know. Who can we entrust the cloak with? Because like I don't want it just being like sitting here,
perhaps Deku could watch it.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
Let's go find them.
Deku is reasonable, and if he's at the family boat, I can get my gear.
All right, that sounds like a plan.
let's get your gear and then let's go find Kitasha before any other explosions happen. We may want to look into whatever rockfall that was in the distance as well, if that becomes something more dangerous. But yeah, one thing at a time.
Alrighty.
Right.
Yeah, you guys are able to locate Deku. He has taken the 4 children back onto their family boat. and is consoling them. He's not really one to talk to either Phila or Brutus at the moment, but will confirm with Joe and Mako that he's more than willing to keep a hold on the item, especially if it's been causing issues. He's pretty sure he's got something to lock away magic items in here somewhere, and he'll keep it under lock and key so it's not affecting anyone else.
Perfect.
Phila is able to grab all his gear.
Yep, Fela grabs his gear and will try to make eye contact with the kids and will just sign to them, I'm sorry, before leaving.
Pretty good. I think Brutus kind of casts a very bad glance at them, kind of does a once over to make sure that they're not injured or anything, and then follows the rest of you.
All right, let's do this.
Okay. You said she was at the Fela will be addressing Brutus but not looking at him.
Brutus will also address Phila and not look at him.
You said she was at the crypt?
Yes, if going off of the electricity was left over from her attack, it seemed to all be focusing in towards the crypt, which would be the best guess at this point of where she's gone.
All right.
All right.
Do you two know where this crypt is?
We were there a couple of days ago, I think. Yeah, I can navigate there.
Okay. Lead the way.
Joe
Uh-huh.
leads the way, and he doesn't ask for directions.
Oh boy.
Big dad energy.
I've been here before. I know what we're doing. I know it's dark.
I'm very glad that you guys did go here before,
Mhm.
because otherwise I was going to make you roll a survival check and you've got a +0.
Oh yeah.
But no, you have been to the crypt. Kitasha gave you a full guide on how to get there. So you're able to pretty confidently lead the way. But as you guys are walking, I would like everyone to give me their choice of an Arcana check or perception.
Oh, you know I'm doing Arcana.
Definitely perception.
Can I just use my passive perception of 20?
Oh yeah, no, Fila's fine. Fila cannot miss this check, I realized.
Perfect.
After looking.
Not go.
Let's see a 31 for Joe.
Pressed roll. Did it not go?
I'm not getting anything from Mako yet.
I'm gonna reload my sheet. Maybe that'll fix it. Perception. Roll. It's not going for some reason. All right, I'll just roll it manually.
D&D Beyond moment.
All right, 10.
Well,
I don't know why. Okay, whatever.
that works. Mako, you just make it to be able to hear a voice on the wind. All of you hear it, as you recognize Kitasha's voice. I truly thought this was my fresh start. These children, this home celebration. It was my after. My beautiful, happily ever after. And the voice is gone on the wind as you continue.
Fela freezes, hand on his hilt, and just slowly starts turning around trying to see where it came from.
Yeah, I think Joe is kind of curious if this is like a magical effect, her projecting her voice, or if it is her voice that's just hard to determine where it's coming from.
With the Arcana check that you gave, Joe, you are able to tell that whatever is causing Kitasha's magic spikes is continuing, and this seems to be some form of almost message casting that you don't even think is entirely on purpose.
Okay, yeah. All right, I'll relay this to the group and say, it seems like some sort of cantrip. That's not sure how in control she is there. Let's progress, but be ready for anything. I don't want to obviously attack Kitasha, but I don't know if she may attack us, so just be prepared to defend yourselves. If she's if whatever magical effect is doing this is messing with her in that way. All right, Joe continues.
As you continue to lead the way, you slowly begin to approach where your crypt is. However, as you are getting there, you realize that the rock slide you heard came from this direction. The path leading up to the crypt is quite treacherous now, as it is covered with fallen trees and rocks that have slid from the cliff face above. And there is even a little bit that is blocking the entrance.
Right. Miko, you're strong, right?
Yeah.
How would you feel about becoming a little stronger?
If you, I don't. Yeah, let's go for it.
Joe's gonna cast Enlarge on Mako.
Go from small to
So
medium.
Mako becomes regular sized, like 6 feet tall Mako. Um,
I'm now 6 foot tall, ultra buff.
and you have advantage on all strength checks and strength saving throws for the next minute.
Okay.
So that may help with it potentially clearing some stones or something like that.
Yeah. Let's try and clear some of this rubble.
If that's even possible.
Do a strength check. All right. Can I do an athletics?
The way I would say this would need to be a strength check, unless with the athletics you're more looking to help your fellow comrades over the stuff, or say if you were trying to just find ways through the rocks and trees
All right. Yeah.
without
This is
moving
more
it.
just strength. Then yeah. No. I think I need to clear some paths. So I'm gonna just do strength then. Do advantage. There we go. 24.
Hey.
Yep.
Very nice.
Now big buff Mako, which is not where I thought this session was going. I did not know Joe even had that spell. Yeah, Mako begins removing the debris. Trying to decide where to go from here because this is not the path I thought you were going. Okay. Yeah, you begin to move the debris and kind of help the rest of your team get through. And as you get up to the actual entrance, you're able to move some of the stuff, but it does look like you might just be needing to boost people through, as a couple of these logs and rocks are kind of wedged in a way that it's not going to be feasible to swiftly move them.
All right. That makes
we
sense.
should be extra careful here. This is if it's a fresh rockfall, it's not going to be settled. Things could still be moving very easily.
You're right.
Phila runs up it.
Hey, Phila, let's get some of that athletics. Let's hear it.
Athletics or acrobatics? I mean, it
Acrobatics,
doesn't
either
really
way.
matter. That's a 30.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
since he has the athlete, his movement speed is his climb speed.
Yeah, Phila's able to just clear through and enter into the crypt.
He will tie a rope on a large boulder or something by the crypt and will throw it down to the rest of them.
Joe does a quick look over to Brutus to see how he responded to Phila doing this pretty heroic sort of, setting the example. How's Brutus feeling?
I would like an insight check.
Oh, you
From
know
Joe.
I'm about insight.
Notoriously good for those.
Yeah, that's a 10.
You can't read the look Brutus's face. It almost seems distant and sad in a way.
Joe thinks that Brutus is sad that he can't run up rocks as good as Phila. Joe takes the most surface level basic approach to that.
Nice. Unless you address this with Brutus, Brutus is going to go ahead and start climbing the rope. I will not require checks for this since Phila has lowered a rope for you guys. So you are able to pretty easily scale up and into the area.
Nice.
Real quick, is Hercules with you, or did you leave Hercules?
That's a good question. Yeah, Hercules was doing rounds. I remember when we were circling. I imagine when things kicked off, I imagine Joe would have summoned him to him. So I suppose, unless there was another reason for him to stay behind, I'd probably bring Hercules with.
Okay.
So this is why I'd be a terrible ranger. I genuinely can't keep track. I barely keep track of my own character, let alone any pets. So
Anyone else?
Yeah, I think you're able to kind of struggle a little bit, but get Hercules in there with you as well.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. I guess just have him bite onto the rope and then have 4 of us just pulling him all the way up.
Yeah, and as you enter the cave, I would like another Arcana or Perception check from the parties.
21.
Dude, Brutus is on it today with the nat 20s. What is this?
Man, 9. I'm
You'll
not.
take another good
I'm
roll.
only sometimes.
Listen, you're so big. You can't possibly see anything.
Oh yeah, do you want me to?
That's fair.
Mako, you don't hear this, I guess, but everyone else in the party does. So just, I guess, close Mako's ears as you hear Kitasha's voice again through the wind blowing through the cave. You turned my children's day into your battleground. You let the town's whispers and own sneers become more important than their joy. This family cannot exist in the crossfire of your duel. My love is not a resource to be fought over. It is a foundation, and you are cracking it. You've entered the mushroom crypt. You'll notice that the glowing mushrooms themselves almost seem to be reacting differently than last time you were. While before they gave off a faint glow, they now seem to shine brightly. They're illuminating the caves intensely, and causing a lot of shifting shadows as you're walking.
It's still very pretty, but we need to not focus. No, we do need to focus on not sightseeing and finding Katasha. I take it from your expressions, you both heard that that last murmur from Katasha.
Fila will, like, for half a second, will look at Brutus before turning back to Joe. Yes, I heard it.
She seems pretty upset.
Who wouldn't be?
Yeah.
This is not making eye contact with anyone. Brutus is looking at the ground. Do you continue on your merry way?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Joe's picking up enough that, like, I don't think he needs to talk down to Brutus or even Fila in the sense of, like, or dress them down, whatever the phrase is, like, you know, or, like, explain to them that what they, you know, that what they did was unacceptable, because it's kind of, I think they're both
Think I'm gonna get along shirt.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think I don't think it's even like about getting along, but just more like, I think it's very clear to Joe that they are both fairly reticent of their actions and regretting a lot. So I think he's just sort of like seeing that, and as long as they're both feeling that, which I think is very much the main feeling that, you know, based on his interpretation, I think it's good. He doesn't feel the need to say anything.
Does Mako ask about what was said? Or is Mako just
I mean, like, I'm gonna quickly roll an insight to see if I can, like, get a vibe from everyone's faces.
You're gonna roll so good. Can feel it in my bones.
Nope. I have no idea what was said at all.
Let's just say
everyone seems fine.
I'm perhaps not even aware that something had been said at all.
Mako was too distracted by the mushrooms to notice that
No,
conversation happening.
Her muscles now were so big.
Well, as I was thinking at this point, like probably during like when that was when that was said, the enlarge was wearing off, so it was like she was shrinking and more distracted by that at the time.
Mako like, oh man, I liked being that big.
It only lasts for a minute,
Yeah.
so once we're in there, it's like,
Right.
I think we're just all thankful that we're not in a fight right now with Mikayla rolling nat 20s and David rolling very low.
Dude, Fila has not rolled lower than like an 18.
Oh, you mean Brutus?
Brutus, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Fila has also been rolling really well, so it's fine.
All right,
Two boys.
The boys.
Let us away. I don't have any light spells. Okay, never mind. Is there still enough like ambient light?
Do you need to see?
I was just thinking being in a cave, and making, because I don't know if all of us have dark vision, so I was just seeing if I had any ways to create lights easily.
I guess I'll just reiterate my description here really quick. The mushrooms are growing intensely bright,
Okay.
filling the cave with light and color and dancing shadows.
I do remember the dancing shadows now that you mentioned it, actually, yes. Yeah.
Yes, I remember the darkness.
I was distracted by moody vibes.
But yes, there's enough light from the mushrooms to see by. You don't need to worry about not being able to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Joe's gonna call out a hesitant Kitasha. Can you hear us? You okay?
The only answer you receive is the sound of wind.
I'm not sure if that's a response or just nature happening. Let's continue.
Deeper into the crypt?
Yes, maybe.
Considering we still heard her voice coming within here, even if it is a message spell gone wrong, maybe it's still leading us the right way. I would assume if we were walking away from her, we wouldn't be able to hear her.
Yeah. When we get closer, I might be able to sense her thoughts, and that might be able to get us a more accurate if we can't find her when we're closer. But I'm still new at that, so I should probably save that attempt until we're a little closer, hopefully.
Okay.
That's a good idea. I don't know. Should we look for footprints or something?
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Given that she teleported, that might I guess like I don't know how far she teleported. If she teleported like to the entrance and then went in further herself, or if she teleported straight to wherever she is. I don't know.
Brutus is going to begin looking around for evidence with his investigation roll. It's pretty good. Anyone else want to, before I just continue to roll over 20 every time Brutus does anything?
You say an investigation?
Yeah.
Joe got a 15.
Vila or Mako?
I think Mako is just going to be just trying to listen, see for any like actual sounds. I'll do a you gotta do a perception for that.
Yeah.
16.
And anything from Fila?
Probably gonna be bad. Oh, it could have been worse.
Yeah, the three of you seem to notice that the sounds of wind are not coming through the entrance you just came in. They are blowing in through the tunnel. Mako and Joe, you do know from when you did explore here a little bit with Kitasha that the winding sort of tunnel ways do split off. So this might be a good way for you to tell where she's coming from as you're continuing down the paths. But you don't notice anything like footprints or anything. But as you're all trying to intensely look around, Brutus will perk up and point out, look, you can see residual electric magic coming through. And as he points it out, you see small wisps of electricity that seem to fizzle out going further down the cave.
Well, that's a pretty good indication she was here. She does use a lot of spells that involve that. That's a good spot. All right, let's try this path. Stay close together.
I think that Mako will take the lead. As we're heading down this
Caleb
path.
will take the rear.
As you guys continue, the deeper you get, the more winding of a maze it becomes. You're suddenly jolting left and right as the rock faces kind of change around you. When Mako, there's suddenly a wall where you don't remember a wall being. And the entrance is blocked.
Does my blind sight give me anything? Because I have blind sight of 10 feet.
Remind me how it works.
I'm just gonna read off here exactly what it does. A monster with blind sight can perceive its surroundings without relying on sight within a specific radius. Creatures with typically they have a special sense, as do creatures with echolocation or heightened senses, such as bats or dragons. The monster is naturally blind that has parenthetical notes to this effect. Okay, it looks like it's basically it seems like just my other senses and like are able to give me an accurate depiction of things within 10 feet of me.
Okay. You know that this wall was not here.
Okay.
You can hear through the echoing of the hallway that there's more behind this wall.
Can I get a sense of how thick the wall is?
About a foot deep.
All right, that's that's pretty thick.
Do you, Mako, you know strong things? Do you think this is something we can break through, or do we have to find another way around?
I don't think this is a breakthrough situation. This wall is at least a foot thick. Even with the enhanced strength that you're able to give me, I don't think I could move this.
You said this wasn't here before?
Definitely wasn't. And I can sense that there is like space on the other side, so it clearly is blocking a passageway, but I don't know how it could be moved or such.
Brutus begins examining the walls around it, trying to see if there's any panels or anything.
I'll help him. I'll give him advantage if he's doing a roll.
All right. He'll take that advantage because he finally rolled really bad. It's slightly better.
His luck ran
slightly.
out.
His luck did run out. But yeah, he'll kind of go, that's interesting. Looks like there's some really traps that were laid here. These must be hundreds of years old. Maybe when Tasha's magic flowed through here, maybe it triggered some of them? It reactivated them?
Do you think you can unactivate Bit?
Yes, I think I can. And he'll begin kind of tampering with some of it, and then you see him get out some chalk and begin writing some magic inscriptions. And eventually he's able to press against it, and with the first time you've ever seen Brutus actually use some form of magic.
Joe takes like a special interest in this as he's watching, like, I guess trying to get a bead on maybe a skill level, and perhaps whether he's using something similar to Kitasha, or whether it's more like pulling out a spell book, like just trying to get a vibe on the guy.
As it slowly begins to work, you see that the inscriptions, when he goes to use them, glow very faintly and barely spark as the door finally begins moving slowly to reopen the passageway.
Nice.
Brutus does not have much magic potential at all.
Okay.
He is very weak when it comes to magic, and it seems more like something he's memorized and hoped would work rather than something he's ever practiced.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you, Brutus. That was very good.
It'd be best for us to move forward with caution.
Especially if there's
Who
other
knows
traps.
what else is here?
Yeah. You'll have to teach me that spell one day.
Oh, I can try.
Fila
Let's
behind Brutus
keep
rolls
moving.
his eyes a little.
Picking up, can I get some Arcana and Perception checks?
Woo. Oh, that's
And I roll a little bit better.
a dirty 20.
Damn, I could only roll good on things that don't matter.
21.
Made it.
Sorry, how do you cut out there?
I said no, it's fine. That's perfect enough. He made it. He gets to hear it. Mako will get to join in on knowing about Kitasha. Because once again, on the wind, you hear Kitasha's voice. You think this is about choosing between a sword and a sonnet? A shield and a sword? Wrong. It's about choosing which piece of myself I have to cut off to make this family safe. Fila, your love is a fortress, and I have spent my entire life trying to escape the gilded cages others built for me. Brutus, your love is a spotlight, and it shines on every scar I've tried to hide. Every look, every judgment, whispered judgment from every well-meaning person and the gossip. It's just like the walls of the old cage being rebuilt around me, piece by piece, by the very people I love. Maybe the only way to be free is to be alone. To let the storm carry me so far away that I can start over again. Somewhere my past can't follow me, and my love can't be used as a weapon against my own children.
Yeah, Fila's panicking. He's pushing people out of his way.
Like running forward?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Brutus is also going to follow suit.
Mako's gonna look at Joe and do a little. On the one hand, like Mako is sighing at Fila and Brutus because this is exactly not what they should be doing right now. On the other hand, Mako is uncomfortably thinking about the parallels of her own life.
It's a closed
Joe,
circle here. No loops.
and then Joe is just now worrying about, what if my daughter grows up and she falls in love, and what if her partner is terrible?
What if two dumbasses are in love with her?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, oh, I'm gonna have to parent this. No.
Into this very, touching emotional scene. I can't help but with that comment think of that audio of the when a dumb ass meets another dumb ass and another dumb ass, and they become the dumbass trio.
Yeah, so Mako will like give a nod to Joe to let's keep up with them.
Yeah. I feel like I should be preparing to cast a spell, but I have no idea what spell that might be. So I'm just looking down my spell list like, well, I guess I'll prepare a Cure Wounds at the ready. I don't know what we're getting into.
Alright, as you make your way through deeper and deeper, it appears that even more of the mushrooms are interacting with magic. Their glow is so intense it fills the entire room that you enter. It seems to be some form of internal chamber that has 5 pathways leading out. There are a few more little slabs cut out of the stone, the crypt, where you can see skeletal remains. and these ones seem quite old, but they're not your focus right now, as the room is lit by the shades of the mushrooms of greens and blues and purples, and they swirl in an intense dance as you look around. But right now, there's no need for you to roll perception or arcana, because in each of the doorways, you can see an image of Kitasha. You see her standing there, and she speaks once more, and you hear it from each silhouette of her. So let me tell you the only truth. I am not a prize. I am a person. We'll start over again, as just the wind and the rain, before I let myself be, breaks them. You can start over. Raise them with your rigid schedules, Fila. Raise them with your fairy tales, Brutus. You will do it without the storm, because the storm is leaving.
Ooh.
Brutus is going to run towards one of the Kitashas.
I think this is the time. I'm gonna turn on detect thoughts, and specifically use its feature to detect any creatures that are thinking witin 30
Does
feet.
Hercules count?
Is Hercules
Ye-
sentient?
I think it's just Borf. That's all you get.
Worf! And no, it's more of a Worf!
Big Scooby Doo.
Yeah. Mako, as you try to reach out to Kitasha, you do sense one of these is her, but the magic is so intense at the moment that it seems to be messing with your link. And you have a moment to realize that the magic is intensifying. Phila, do you do anything?
I'm
Brutus
just
is running
checking
towards
out-
a Kitasha.
I'm checking out the observant trait. We're gonna do bonus action search. Is that just investigation?
Mhm.
It's gonna be so bad. Here we go. Okay, 11.
You think the Kitasha to your left is the right one.
Okay, he's gonna take off that direction. As long as
Joe?
Brutus isn't going there.
No, it's the opposite direction of Brutus. Joe?
I think Joe's going to stand in the middle of the room and sigh, and he's going to call out and say, Kitasha, if you're in control of yourself, I really need you to let us know.
If there's a spirit in this room, please knock 3 times.
Joe begins drawing the alphabet on the floor.
Starts whittling a little thing.
A little planchette, yeah.
Yeah. Kitasha casts Warding Wind, and
Ooh.
each silhouette also casts it. As winds whip around, I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from everyone as winds rip through this entire cavern.
All right, I think Fila makes it.
Does a 12 fail?
Yeah. So Mako.
All right, I'm gonna
Oh.
use my Indomitable to re-roll that.
Okay, go for it.
Come on, better. No.
No.
That's even worse.
Both Brutus and Mako. I think Mako, this makes sense for you because as you are sensing this increase in magic, you realize way too late that it's because Kitasha is about to cast. And you
Okay.
don't have the moment to brace yourselves as the winds ripple through. And you see it going through, it's moving her hair, her clothes, and you can see the tears in Kitasha's eyes. You and Brutus are knocked prone in this moment as suddenly Kitasha vanishes again.
And I take it myself and Fila would just be really strongly buffeted by winds, but just somehow managed to stay on our feet just about.
Yeah, you were also deafened in this moment.
Oh.
Just takes you a
Just
minute.
Mako and Brutus, or everybody?
Everyone was deafened in this moment.
Mhm.
And it takes a moment before your hearing returns as the winds subside.
All right. I was really hoping she'd respond in some way to me, so I'm assuming either she's being slightly controlled or she really doesn't want to speak to any of us right now. I'm tempted
Is Joe
to.
saying
Yeah.
saying this while everyone's deafened?
Yes. Yeah. He's doing a nice little monologue. You guys come in right at the end of it. Yeah. Joe says, I am tempted to leave you, Brutus and Fila, here, since you are kind of the source of the angst at the moment. But I doubt that either of you would listen to that. So I think we should just find her.
Which of the pathways did I sense thoughts behind?
You sensed it the same area Philo was sensing to the left.
Okay. Then as soon as I'm able to get back up, I'm gonna say we have to find her. I'm fairly confident she's this way.
Brutus is gonna struggle to his feet, nod to you, and kind of shakily start heading that way. What does Fila do?
Fila has been furiously signing at people until like the ringing in his ears subsides and he gets his hearing back.
Does anyone else sign in this group?
No, Joe knows 7 languages, none of which are sign language.
Does Mako know sign?
Yep. I don't have it written down, so probably not.
No one else knows sign language.
No.
Joe
And then
assumes
as
it's
soon as
like army hand signals, like the you know the kind of like
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Imagining, because I've been watching TMNT, I'm imagining that first scene where Leo's doing all the hand gestures. You just have Raph. I don't know what this means.
Exactly.
Yeah, as soon as people get their hearing back, Fila is going to start spewing Elvish and go the way he was going.
Is he booking it, or is he...
We're going to call it a determined strut.
Excellent. Sounds good. Go ahead and... Which check would this be? I would like an investigation check from Fila as he's wandering down these halls.
So good. That's an 8.
Oh, and you know what? That is perfect. Because as Fila's going, and he is brushed past Brutus, struggling his way forward, Fila will hear a noise as he takes a step, feels the step go deeper than it should have. And before you even have a chance to react, Brutus is there, grabbing Fila by the back and pulling him away as spikes drop down from above, impaling the spot where he was. And as you both kind of stumble backwards onto the floor, Brutus does not let go.
I think that's going to be really awkward because Fila canonically can fit into small spaces. So I think as soon as he feels himself get grabbed, he's going to try and wedge himself to like push Brutus against the wall. So I think they're just kind of like holding each other.
That's perfect.
This is when we come around the corner.
No, this is good because feel Brutus begin to shake, and he will look for the first time since this whole time. He will look Fila in the eyes, and you will notice the tears that have begun to stream down his face.
Okay, hang on. Can you let go real quick? We'll just sit down for a second.
Brutus does not let go. Brutus is not really hearing him right now.
Ken, at this moment is when we round Mako and Joe around the corner, and we both slowly back away again. Like, oh, they're having a moment. All right, let's let them have this.
I could never allow harm to come to someone Kitasha holds so dear.
Fila's gonna slowly start doing back pats.
I have no right to her attention, no right to put you through this, myself through this, her through this. I'm not worth any of this. Why can't I stop? Why is she the only thing I've ever felt a connection towards? Why is she the only bit of light I've ever had in my life?
Okay, Fila's gonna do an unarmed attack. To snap him out of it.
Okay.
This feels dangerously close to how he felt several years ago. Action unarmed +7. I'm assuming a 23 hits.
Oh yeah.
I think Fila is going to wiggle one of his arms out and is going to like palm strike him just to knock the wind out, not to do any
actual damage.
We'll do non-lethal 4 damage.
That's fine. He's a beefy boy. He's a Goliath. He can take it.
He's a cinnamon roll. And Fila will force him to sit down.
I think at that moment he'll kind of breathe out and finally let go of Fila and sit down. And he'll just sit there breathing.
We both know Kitasha is special. Hell, I've been trying to find her for 3 years. And now that she's gone again, I know how you feel. And listen, we can be mad at each other after we find her.
I don't think I have any right to be mad at you.
I think I said some pretty nasty things.
How much of it wasn't truth, though?
You know, I don't remember. We can just blame the cloak. And Fila will stand up and hold his hand out to Brutus.
Brutus will look at it and kind of just blink slowly. Not even fully understanding how we've gotten to this point, but he'll take the hand and stand up. I'm assuming Mako and Joe are like...
Yeah, fully.
Peeping.
Making sure there's no proper issues.
Improper issues. Got it.
I know, or proper ones. Any kind of issues, really.
Brutus will kind of
I-
cough a bit there. And, well, perhaps because I have some experience with ancient traps and knowing research on them, maybe I should lead the way through here in case there's any more to be seen.
Sure. And Fila is still holding Brutus's hand. And would just say Kitasha's always chosen her lovers well. And we'll have like a little smile before letting go and stepping away.
I think that gets a smile in return, just a small one.
Mm-hmm.
And Brutus will begin leading the way. As a quick interlude, how are you two feeling?
Wow.
That's more emotional growth than I expected to see.
Yes. We'll still keep an eye on them, but it seems like the water is passed under the bridge.
At least the flow is open.
Let's just hope things with Kitasha can also be mended. I don't imagine there'll be any relationships going that way, but at the very least, friendship or reconciliation or closure.
Amicability.
Yeah, something. Even just some closure is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
I would say I was glad my relationship never had this level of drama, but let's keep moving.
Uncomfortable laugh.
Mako just here like,
Aha! Yes, I too am glad it's not.
as you guys continue on, unless anyone has any issue with it, Brutus will continue to lead the way and point out any stepping traps or anything to make sure no one else triggers in any.
Nice.
And as you continue on, you see a new light at the end of the hall, but it's not the colorful light of the mushrooms. Instead, it seems to be the last dregs of sunlight.
Oh.
And as you approach, you realize that this is a offshoot from the crypt that opens up directly at the edge of the mountain face, off into a little alcove facing a cliff to the sea. And the sunset is behind. It's beautiful. But you hear from below, you can hear the waves crashing against the cliff. And before you, in this golden orange light, is Kitasha. Tears are still falling from her eyes, and her gaze is distant. It almost appears as though she can't even see, though gazing into the distance. Her clothes that had been pristine earlier are now tattered, and sparks of magic are still firing from her fingers and twisting and dancing in a cruel dance of power. And her voice is distant as she speaks. Do you have any idea of what it's like? Like a scrap of respect, only to have the love handed back to the crowd to be taught. The dual poems, the security drills, both trying to fix me, to armor me, adorn me. I don't need fixing. I need a partner, not a protector, not a poet, a partner. Someone who stands beside me, not in front or behind me. Someone who doesn't see my past as a weakness to be hidden or a myth to be glorified. You can't act not like this. So I have to go. I have to find a place where I'm not a scandal, project, or muse, where I can just be me and maybe just be her again alone, because being alone is less alone being misunderstood in my own. What do you do?
Let's see.
Kitasha, can you hear us?
She does not have eyes for you, Joe.
Oh no.
That ship has sailed. All right. Is it possible for me, potentially with using the spell detect magic, to ascertain if there is maybe an item in the room that is, again, like causing her spells to be more powerful than they ought to be, or than they are normally, maybe?
You can use detect magic.
Okay, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna cast that.
You're allowed.
So yeah, I think Joe isn't sure whether he can even help on the emotional side. He's potentially gonna see what Brutus and Fila do, whether they just leave or try and talk to her first. But Joe's at least thinking if there's he's more mechanically minded. Let's focus on the non-emotional, just the problem solve one thing at a time. So if there's something that he can do, but with detect magic, does Joe see anything within 30 feet? That's the distance. Just a faint aura around anything that bears magic, and I learn what it is. So just seeing, I guess, besides the magic items I would recognize on Kitasha's person, if there's anything else.
Kitasha is glowing so brightly, but it doesn't seem like there's anything new. There doesn't seem to be a new item.
I see.
When you use detect magic, though, the horizon does look slightly, but you don't understand what that is yet.
I think especially if no one else is doing anything, Mako like just go and sit next to her?
She is currently standing on the cliffside. So I mean, you could go next to her. You could technically go sit next to her, but
I think Mako is going to walk up to the cliffside and sit down, legs dangling over the edge of the cliff.
I think in this moment, Brutus will take a few steps forward and kind of extending a hand. Kitasha, please hear my words. There is so much I must apologize for. I never meant for you to feel as though you were just some prize for me to obtain. I never meant to idealize an aspect of you that caused pain. I never wanted you by what I did. There is no excuse for it. No grand gesture I can give. Solve every issue I've caused you, pain, every slight I did, my own stupid hubris. It is a grave mistake I will take with me the rest of my life. I have trampled over an event that should have been a glorious celebration of your children, of the people you love so dearly. I wanted that love myself. It was selfish and cruel, idiotic. I have no right to your love. I don't even have the right to be graced by your presence. All I can do now is beg you. Beg for forgiveness. Beg for you to not leave us all behind. All I want is to be in your light in whatever way you see fit, whether that be by your side, by your children's side, Fila's side. If it's simply catching glimpses from the sidelines, I will accept it. Please do not extinguish yourself from our lives. Please do not leave us all behind. And he will try to take Kitasha's hand.
Is he successful?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I need to know what else other people are doing. Kitasha is he will take hold of her right hand.
Mm-hmm.
I think Joe will step forward and say, maybe this is all just a little bit beyond me. And Kitasha, I understand if you need some time, but if I can speak for at least Mako and myself, that we are very fond of your company and enjoy being around you. So I understand if you want to take some time even away from the guild, if that's what you need to sort some things out, but we would probably, I would like to still be hanging around and solving mysteries and saving the day together.
Mako?
Kitasha, it's far too easy to get caught up in an idea of who you are or who someone else is and feel that that's exactly what you have to be or exactly how the world is. I know that you're hurting, and I know that it feels that the world is against you, but please remember that we're still here, and so are you.
Fila will approach then, taking very slow, tentative steps, and will start. He will recite the letter that she had kept with her since she ran away, and will touch his forehead to hers as he says, I missed you, like the shore misses the ocean and the land misses the rain. Don't hide behind another cloud. And he will take her left hand.
As everything has been said, if you choose to look at Kitasha's face, it seems as though her eyes have gotten a bit brighter, a bit more focused. I'll find out what she does as I return Kitasha to her rightful player.
Soul transfer. Okay, I guess I have to get out of Fila's thing. Go back to my own.
Does Kitasha react?
Probably confused. She hasn't been like fully cognizant of what's been happening. She will just kind of like blink a few times and go, "Who is?" And will look down at her hands, before finally like fully focusing and waking up. Oh, hi everyone. What is? It's dark outside. How long has it been?
Kitasha.
Brutus has dropped, by the way, Brutus has dropped to his knees, just holding that hand and sobbing.
It's been a bit.
I can see that. Brutus, are you okay? I think I have a hank. At this point, my outfit is a hanky. There's not much left. Okay. I think there's. Where are we by
We're
the
in the-
crypt?
Yeah, we're in the crypt.
Yeah, we went through the secret tunnel through the mountain.
Secret tunnel.
I don't know. The secret. There was a secret tunnel?
There were some traps that were set off, but we dealt with it.
Okay. Where are my kids?
At the
They're
party.
back at the they're back at the festival grounds. They're safe, and
Fila will
I think
mention forehead still pressed to Kitasha's at this point, unless she's pulled away, gripping her left hand tightly. We left them in the care of while we went to find you.
Do you
Was that-
remember teleporting, Kitasha?
Teleport. I don't think I can do that. Like I've done little jumps before, even though you guys told me not to. But I don't think I've done any, because teleporting's big, right?
Well, you did a teleport and you left like a big thunderclap where you once were.
I remember being very upset and wanting to go away for a bit. I don't think this is where I had in mind, though. Should I try teleporting again?
Probably not right now.
But yeah, let's save that for a training day. How about
The
that?
two hands clasping yours have tightened significantly at the mere mention.
Ow. Okay. You guys are... I am touched, literally. However, you are hurting my hands.
Immediately lets go, and they're both just like, Brutus kind of like stands up and is like trying to wipe his face off, and Fila is, trying to compose himself a bit, just looking up at the sky, blinking rapidly.
Okay, so clearly, with my passive insight of 21, something clearly happened. I am really hungry. Back down.
I think Brutus will kind of just start to laugh at this, just like a desperate, just little laugh. And, well, perhaps we should fix that. How about we all get some food?
That's a good idea.
And
Yeah.
Fila will nod. I think that's the best idea either of us have had all day.
Okay, so tell me about these traps. What actually happened?
Oh, there was a ceiling spike trap, and then there was a pitfall trap, wasn't
And
there?
also just a big wall. Just a wall that covered over the passage.
Yeah.
I didn't know walls were traps.
Well, I think it was trap in the sense of like, I mean, it would have just blocked the passageway, like I don't
Lock
know.
someone in or lock someone out.
If there had been two of them, you could have been trapped inside. But technically, like walls can be traps.
Yeah, I guess. Mazes are just walls, right? And that's a trap.
Yeah.
Mazes are just walls.
Mhm.
What a sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe's just repeating what Kitasha said.
Joe just laughs to himself, writes that down. All right, let's get back. I imagine the way you left the party, Kitasha, was in it was fairly sudden and loud with the whole thunderclap situation. So you may get some questions upon your return and people checking in on you. But I think we all learned some valuable lessons about boundaries. Joe says, looking at the other two. I think so.
They both kind of sheepishly nod and kind of look at each other and look up at Kitasha and just...
Is this going to be weird? Did they do weird things?
No, we just, and this is, we both apology. Perhaps we'll get you some food first and get back to everything. We also need to apologize to your children. Yeah, we quite the mess of things, I guess, so we've got some apologizing to do.
While maybe everyone's like starting to look like they're leaving, Joe's gonna look at the sun again, at the sunset. The spell lasts up to 10 minutes, so I hope, assuming it's still going, am I able to determine anything else? Is the effect still there?
It doesn't seem, it's a weird thing, because it seems as though it's a line cut along the horizon. And while you don't really think your detect magic should stretch out that far, you also think, well, maybe it's just because I'm perceiving it as being that far out, and maybe it's not actually. As you see a line of rippling colors you can't even begin to describe.
Joe is a man, so. Joe
And they
studies this for
fluctuate.
a while. Does this look like an effect Joe will have seen before, like in any point?
Nope. You have never seen anything like this.
Joe wants to ask Hitasha if this is a normal thing for like this region, but doesn't want to interrupt the flow or anything.
Actually, go ahead and give me an Arcana check really quick. But you're gonna need to roll real high. That's not high enough.
Can I roll again just for fun and hope it's higher? Gotta keep rolling until I get a nat 20.
Would you like advantage on this roll?
Yeah.
Can you give me a reason why you would have advantage on this roll?
No. Because I want
because
the
he's
law.
your husband and he loves you.
This is just
I'll allow it.
You know, this is Hercules whispers something in Joe's ear and corrects his line of thinking. Let's see.
Dwarf.
28.
You know what? I'm feeling generous, and we're not gonna get to the big lore drop now looking at the time. So, what it does remind you of, and it's been a long, long time. You remember that flower dog thing that walked through a portal from the Feywild?
Yeah.
About it reminds you of that. Just in a moment. And then, even with your detected magic still open, it seems to reseal itself. And the horizon just becomes the horizon.
Joe just turning and looking at Hercules, who turns, I guess, and looks at him. Just.
Barf!
It's a good point. All right, let's go get with the others. We'll speak about this later.
And as you go, we'll fade in and out of scenes of all of you sitting to eat. There's a few concerned aunties and uncles that come up and make sure Kitasha's okay. Kitasha also gets reassured that, everyone was fine after everything, you know. Sometimes with all the emotions running wild with a party, sometimes you just gotta let out some energy, so it's okay. And we cut to briefly a moment where individually both Fila and Brutus have taken the children aside. It seems they have been apologizing for everything that has been happening. And we see a scene of them talking with Kitasha, each of them holding one of her hands as they talk quietly into the night and discuss and speak of things. But we are not privy to those conversations at the moment. That's
for the patrons.
Yeah. As
Mako's ears.
Mako with an ear up to the door, like, what's happening? Now I'm invested. And we'll fade from here as the rating ceremony comes to an end. And as day breaks and you wish these children off the farewell as they begin their journey, you are reminded of a journey of your own. And that is to speak once more with Mog as you try to come to terms with the reality of what has happened to your loved ones that are still surrounded by glowing crystalline flowers. And that's where we'll close out today.